The thing that got me interested in the trip was we did a small group study in our house, and we studied a book on creation care, and it was from a biblical point of view. And one of the first sessions we had, I invited Dave Radcliffe to come and talk to us. I'd never met the gentleman before, and he turned out to be entertaining and a bit charismatic, and I really appreciated the things that he was standing for and talking about. And then he mentioned these trips, and that was the first I heard about that these kind of trips were available. And he said the Amazon trip, which we went on, was a really good trip for young people, he thought, and he had moved the date. He used to be about a week or two earlier, and he moved it out so that kids from school could go along. And I said to the group I was with and to my wife, I said, you know what, I would like to do that, and I'd like to take some of the kids that I know with me. The overall mission was to have what's called experiential learning. We were going to meet with some of the indigenous people in the rainforest and experience the rainforest, number one, live and meet the people that live there, and deal with or hear about some of the difficulties that they're having. Wow. Found oil in the jungle, in the rainforest in Ecuador, and there's a number of companies that have gone in there and drilled for oil. It's really thick oil, so they have to, it almost sounds like the fracking process that they're doing here in Pennsylvania right now. They have to put a lot of water with a lot of chemicals down into the ground to push the oil up. And then they have a lot of wastewater with a lot of toxic chemicals in. And they're not, down there, the companies are not closely policed, and they're releasing this water into the rivers.
Well, we kept saying that one quote over and over again, like, you don't know, you won't care for a stream you don't know. And I think, and David would say that because as we would like explore the Amazon and get to know people that were affected by it directly, then we cared for it a lot more. And kind of like what Andrea was saying, meeting these people who were surrounded by this damaged environment really made us put a face on the situation.
They like took us into their houses and stuff, and it would just be like a 4-wall kind of big room with like, you'd see like the cocoa beans drying, or like vegetable ivory that they carved to make jewelry to sell. That's where I saw the most extreme poverty. But they were all really sweet and happy.
I'd say that was probably the most meaningful day of the trip for me too, because the other days we had Delio, one of the shamans, leading us, but when we went to the Kofan village, we were actually seeing them living sort of on their day-to-day basis and how it really was.
It was weird to see how people would come in and they would give them these plants for all those cocoa bean trees or whatever, coffee trees, and then give them like no money for like the spray and stuff. So they're actually losing money on it, but the company is still gaining tons of money from it. So it's like they're just using them, and I don't know. It was just, I don't know, pathetic, I guess.
It was, I really enjoyed, like, although we couldn't communicate with them, we still like developed relationships like within a day. And I really enjoyed doing like non-verbal communication, and the soccer game was really neat because that was something that we all could participate in. And it was interesting how their soccer field took up like a lot of their village, and I really enjoyed like the moments that everyone laughed together, like despite like the skin color and like culture differences, but we all could laugh at like the times when someone like tripped over the ball or something like that, like, so I liked that a lot.